Rory Gilmore to really stick it to the man.
Everyone's favorite millennial. But also, I have read a very interesting op-ed that the Gilmore Girls, the show, collectively is actually a Greek tragedy. Did you know this?
Oh no!
Yeah.
The lore of Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, like I mean, it's presented so contemporary, right? So like you don't think anything of the sort, but like, we shouldn't be surprised because we watch a lot of TV and we're pretty literarily illuminated. But the Gilmore Girls is actually a Greek tragedy because Rory is doomed to repeat the same mistakes as her mother, and they spend the entire series saying how that's not going to happen, and it happens. It does happen.
Over and over and over again.
Especially by the very last episode where, I mean, spoiler alert, for those of you that haven't seen Gilmore Girls A Year in the Life, Rory announces she's pregnant. That's the very last line of the entire series, which is hilarious because, that's the whole pretense of Gilmore Girls is, Lorelai had Rory at 16, and not that Rory's 16 anymore, but the whole unexpected pregnancy. And yeah, anyways, it's a Greek tragedy. And like the dynamics between Lorelai and her parents, and it's yeah. So that's what I learned on the internet.
If Gilmore Girls is a Greek tragedy, oh my God, I can't speak. If Gilmore Girls is a Greek tragedy, then who is Luke?
I don't know. Someone,
but honestly, yeah.
Long-suffering character.
Oh my God, right? He is the chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch Drag Race last night?
No, we got home very late.
Home from where? Where'd you go, girl?
Oh, my sister is also moving shop. So we rented a 26-foot U-Haul and stuffed as much as we could into it.
Yeah.
Which is like everything.
Yep.
Mostly the shelving, not including these gigantic like three-tiered systems that we just weren't sure that we're gonna fit. Also, we were just like 4 tiny women at that point, and one tiny woman's husband who has issues with his knees. So we're like, no, we're not gonna move those. We're gonna wait until we have more strength on Saturday. So we stuffed that U-Haul. Some of us had to go home. And so we drove that 26-foot U-Haul to the new space and proceeded to unload it, like just like 3.5 girls, half being Abby, in a Princess Peach dress.
What do we say about girl power? Yes.
Mm-hmm. She was really just like trying to harness the light of a million stars and a quadrillion mushrooms because I mean, she can lift for like for her 7th year on this earth. She is a
girl can deadlift.
She can deadlift a mannequin. It's really cool.
Nice.
I mean, yeah. She just had. There was one half mannequin though. It was a very funny visual. And one of those opportunities where it's like, no, don't pull out your camera, you fool. This kid's gonna like die if you aren't watching her. She had a half mannequin from the behind by the bosom.
Wow.
And she was just carrying it by the chest with her hands on the chest. A la Sealand.
Heidi Klum.
Heidi Klum, yeah. It was a sight to behold.
That's wonderful.
Welcome to the Full COVID podcast.
Literally.
I am your 25% COVID host. I just assume I have it at all times at this point.
You've had it twice. You're a 2-time COVID champion.
Oh, yeah. And our current contender...
Oh, I'm Harvey Brent. Sorry, I was waiting first, but...
Well, you have to get the fans out of the way first.
Yeah. Guys, move. I know you want autographs, but...
No, please, no pictures.
And today we come at you with a gift, perhaps, or a curse. Depends how Stephen Grant would describe it. We're coming at you with the first episode of Marvel's Moon Knight, which debuted 3 days ago on Disney+.
Oh my goodness. It feels like it's been a long wait.
Yeah, it has. But when's the last show we had was Hawkeye? That's a long. That
Yeah.
was a solid 90 days between the last show and this show.
We got so many tier lists done. We had so much time for activities and cartwheels.
We talked about Scream so much.
And there's still room to talk about it.
You know what the next podcast should be for Scream is who killed who, because there's always two Ghostface. It's like which Ghostface is behind the mask when it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. So yeah, we did a lot of talking in between that time, but that is what this podcast is primarily for, is for chatter. Chatter about things that we like.
I mean, who else is gonna stop us?
No one. Okay.
No one.
So speaking of stopping us, I don't know how okay, let's do what we usually do. It's so hard to get back into format now that we have a show to talk about.
We have structure? What is this? This is so weird.
I know. Okay, so Moon Knight. I'll start because I had started this episode several times, so I remember the start very vividly.
Okay, that's good.
And then you can draw from your own memory pool. Because
my COVID memory pool,
right? Access your pensive and draw out those memories, because I don't know. Okay,
go for it. Let's see.
So museum gift shop host Stephen Grant.
Yes. Okay, my first thought. Sorry, we're already getting to a tangent.
That's
I was
fine.
like, how is he living on a single person's income on a gift shop salary? That was my first thought going into this, which is the economic anxiety is unreal in this day and age. But continue.
And when you realize that his living room, it's a bachelor apartment. His living room is his bedroom.
But even then, I'm like, how does he afford it?
Right? Wherever he lives, there's a gigantic museum of natural history. I'm assuming he lives in Chicago.
No, London. It's got to be London. I think they all had English accents. Did they? Oh, shoot.
Oh, do you know what? Again, tangent, forgot. They live in London.
I think it's London. It looked like London.
Has to be. Has to be. But did they film this at the Natural History Museum in Chicago?
That I will get back to you on. I will look it up while you describe.
Okay, because it looked really familiar and I was like, oh, I've been there, unless Natural History Museum architecture is the same.
No, they filmed in Hungary. They filmed in Budapest. Excusez-moi. Oh, you know what though? It looks like they filmed. Hold on, this is making sense, you guys. Very close the same time that Falcon and the Winter Soldier filmed. So, which did film a little bit in Hungary. So they must have tax break used the same sets, art personnel, etc.
Do you know what? The nightclub checks out then.
Yeah, so I think that was that makes sense to me. Well, from a business point of, anyways, they filmed in Hungary.
Okay, so it starts out with Stephen. Do we start with a dream? And then he wakes up, and then he's chained to a bed. We find out that he is chained to a bed.
Yes.
And he's kind of set up all these booby traps for himself to make sure that he doesn't escape. Tape on the doors, lots of tape on the doors, lots of locks. And then he moseys on over to his place of work. We assume he's an archaeologist because of the way that everybody around him greets him and says hello, until he makes it to where he actually works in the museum, which is the gift shop, and he is immediately emasculated by his manager, which, I mean,
whose name I cannot find right now. I apologize.
That's fine. I wouldn't want to say she's insignificant, but she's a total bitch.
She's not cute.
No. And she's just because he's like, well, what does a stuffed cat have to do with this? And she's like, just fucking sell it.
Yeah.
That's what it has to do with this. And to be fair, there are a lot of people who get into archaeology or places and positions where you're close to what you love, and it's you just see the angry face of capitalism everywhere.
It rears its ugly head.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes you just got to please those little runts who wander through and touch everything with their germy little hands. You just got
Yes,
to sell them a stuffed whale. Doesn't matter. Just do it.
just do it.
Yep. Okay. So we're in the museum. Is he hearing voices at this point?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're voices that are telling him to just let Mark out.
Marco, yes.
And that is where my experience with the first episode gets very jumbly.
Well, then he gets approached by a nice lady that apparently they had a date scheduled, and he's like, "We did," and so Stephen goes to bed that night, and that's when the big dream happens, which is he dreams all of a sudden that he wakes up in another country and he witnesses a cult meeting by character actor Ethan Hawke, who plays Arthur Harrow. And Arthur Harrow is judging people. He's got the scales of Anubis. I think it's a scale of Anubis, judgment of Anubis. That makes sense. I know my
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay. And
Slash Egyptian mythology.
that's how you can tell that like white people have gone too far.
They've let the Japanese pollute.
Oh my god, Yu-Gi-Oh is Japanese. It's just got such a strong like Egyptian bit, but you're right, it is Japanese.
And I'm learning about
Anyway,
Yu-Gi-Oh! It has a Japanese underpinning.
it has I mean it's a Japanese company, but like the mythology in the show Yu-Gi-Oh is Egyptian.
Oh, I'm getting into Yu-Gi-Oh now. Okay. Do you know what? Tangent off. Continue.
Judgment. He has the scales of Anubis on his forearm, Ethan Hawke, and he's judging people in this foreign country, which honestly looks a lot just like England, but that's fine. It does. It just looks like the countryside. I don't know where it's supposed to be. You don't find out. And that's when what happens then? Oh, he notices Stephen Grant's scarab. And he's like,
Yes.
give me more, give me more, give me more. And so he escapes, and this is what leads to a really crazy, I guess, chase scene along the English countryside where he commandeers a cupcake treat van and drives it along winding roads and ends up escaping from Arthur Harrow's lackeys. And then he wakes up, and then apparently 2 days have passed. So that's when we realize, like, okay, something's going on. There's some sort of like duality of man going on here. Side note, the the director or one of the showrunners compared this series to Fight Club meets Indiana Jones. Yes.
Okay.
Which
That's
I get the Fight Club side so far. With the
yep.
duality, like that's what like kind of ticked me made my light bulb go off. So Grant wakes up 2 days later, Stephen Grant, and he realizes that he overslept, missed his date. He thought he had that day. He went to the restaurant anyways, and he was like 2 days, off from when it was. He ends up finding a hidden phone and a key card in his apartment, and that's when he looks at the call log and he's got like a million missed calls from a lady named Layla, who addresses him as Mark. So that's it again when we know there's like this duality going on. My voice is going. it's
Oh no.
it's going down, down. Mm.
Okay. I remember this part a little bit, but
But
not enough to only enough to finish your thought.
well,
She seems really mad at him,
yeah,
but
she
we
seems
never find out just who Layla is.
not yet. We
No.
just heard her voice. But that's when the next day at work, that's when Stephen Grant goes in, and that's when he's confronted by Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. Because Lady Anubis joins him at his place of work.
I feel like he doesn't actually worship Anubis, but that was just it's the Egyptian goddess Ammit.
Oh, were we wrong about justice?
I don't think the justice part was wrong because like he had the scales on the scale tattoo on his forearm. So like that to me was like the scales of justice. But the Egyptian goddess, oh my god, it's actually the Yu-Gi-Oh symbol. The goddess Ammit is oh my god. Oh, this is crazy. I
Gagging visually, inaudibly gagged.
okay. Anyways, I digress. He worships the god Ammit. Please,
Okay.
please take it from here.
Oh, um, this is also where, okay, so he was able to get away with the scarab, which I don't know how he ended up with in the first place. He just seemed to have it.
Yeah, that part is not explained to us. I feel
Yeah.
like that's to come.
Yes. And I feel like somehow he procured that from the museum at which he works. So I think they're setting up some kind of exhibit, but they don't really go into detail about that either.
No.
Or he just works around a lot of ancient artifacts. Whoa.
We're left in the dark about a lot of stuff so far.
Yeah. There's a lot of unanswered questions. But anyway, he's like, that thing is mine. Please give that to me. And am I wrong in thinking or in remembering that it's relinquished to him? He gives it to him. Or
I
he gets it. Stephen Hawke gets it.
Okay, maybe.
Right?
Okay. I didn't think so because I thought that's what turned him into Moon Knight.
Does it? Oh my God. What's wrong with my brains? You with COVID, me with long COVID. I don't honestly know. Moon Knight summary.
Help us,
Oh,
Belgium.
okay. Um, does his boss question why Ethan Hawke is there?
No, the boss is nowhere to be seen. He like kind of tells her to buzz off because he sees Ethan Hawke from across the showroom, and he goes to approach Ethan Hawke. She's like
Okay.
nattering at him, and he's like, "Can you fuck off?" But he didn't say fuck off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, um, he's still hearing voices, and it's like this time it's happening in like broad daylight, and he sees his reflection. So there's like some kind of is this the end of the
Yes.
episode? Okay.
Yeah.
He sees some kind of monstrous presence. It's like in a lab where they're cleaning things down in the basement depths of the museum. There's a monster that is in another room, or is that Ethan Hawke? Does he turn into the monster?
I think he's no. I think he summoned the monster.
Got it. Okay. Don't know what the monster's called. Obviously, it didn't talk and say its name. Um,
Wikipedia calls it an Anubis associated jackal.
ooh, it's jackal-like for sure. It is definitely terrifying. Um, Stephen sees his reflection, um, telling him to like pretty much, for lack of more explanation, like suit up, like just let me take care of this. The jackal jumps at him and he turns. This is where we get the big transformation, where he turns into Moon Knight, possibly.
It is, yeah, in the bathroom there.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it just ends.
And then it ends.
So we got way more juice for the squeeze in the trailer.
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay. Thoughts, opinions,
um,
complaints.
okay, well, so the directors called this Fight Club meets Indiana Jones. So far I'm getting Fight Club meets Brendan Fraser's The Mummy.
Rot-row.
Ruh-roh. There is some concerns I have, but I am so far interested in the show.
Mm-hmm.
I I love Oski, don't get me wrong. Daddy Oski, we
Mm.
love. But this accent is madness. This accent is not working for me, first of all.
It is not cute.
Not good. Apparently it's
Sometimes
like
it's. Mm.
apparently it's done on purpose, and apparently Stephen Grant is on the spectrum.
Oh.
Perhaps, but I don't. The accent is. It's still just very obvious to me that that's not his dialect. That's not his mother tongue.
No.
So I'm a little taken. It takes me out for a minute. um, the bumbling aspect of Stephen Grant. I think we've seen it before, and so it doesn't feel very novel to me in terms of a superhero. Like it feels almost very. I'm trying to think of like other incompetent superheroes that come into their own. But that's kind of like I feel like I've seen this before in some respect.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man to an extent, maybe
Yeah.
kind of Spider-Man light. Like Spider-Man, I realize that has a very specific trajectory, but the whole like greenness that like a Peter Parker has when they get bit by the radioactive spider,
And they stumble around until they find out they can stick to walls. Yeah.
All of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm like, oh, we have to watch somebody fucking like learn about themselves. Oh my God. Um, so
So burdened.
that part. So I'm not like thrilled about that.
Oh,
I enjoy the fact that this does not take place in the States.
yes.
Nice
And
little
possibly. Mm,
I,
continue.
I was gonna say it's just like nice little refreshing that we're not in the new world. Like we're back in the old world. We had a little bit of that in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which for those avid listeners who watched our tier list last week, ranked number 5 out of 5 of our 2021 MCU TV shows. But that's neither here nor there. I
Yep.
do like that this episode takes place, or this series seems to take place in the UK so far. I like that. I mean, I like Oscar. I like the aesthetic kind of Moon Knight so far. And I like that there is an Egyptian mythology, I'm not going to say Yu-Gi-Oh, backdrop to the show. So I'm interested in it. It's not it's just I think it's something we need to let breathe. Like I can't there's no way I can make a snap judgment off of this so far, but it's not like the strongest episode. And I don't even know if it serves as a particularly strong introduction because I'm like, what did I actually learn?
Right?
I just had
Be-
questions the entire time.
yeah, and I for real know nothing about Moon Knight. Um,
We just know what the card is from that trading card set.
yep,
That's all we know.
1993, we're like coming for you. And the back of that card tells us just about the same nothing that this first episode did.
The
I
card
am
was more informative.
yeah. I mean, actually, yeah. Um, the what I'm excited for is that it doesn't seem it like it sits in an MCU, but it doesn't like sit amongst the Avengers, which is kind of nice.
It's very removed from the like we know it takes place in the MCU, but there's been nary a mention so far.
Which is kind of great. I think I need a break from the heroism in North America for a second.
The Eternals did that too, though. They barely mentioned the Avengers.
Yes, but
Like I think they mentioned
yeah.
it in passing as a joke once.
Yes, they did at the dinner table.
They did, yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
that movie too did not take place in the States, did it? Or it maybe
Mm,
partially, but like it took place in Europe a lot too.
yeah. Kind of an all over the world thing, which is nice.
A global phenomenon. Anyways, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I it was actually like a thought that I almost cut you off on, which was sort of about the comment about his English accent or his accent
Yikes.
quotation. Don't know what that is, but Layla has an American accent slash no accent.
Okay.
So maybe Steven is a persona and Mark
Girl.
is
Yes.
not.
Maybe Mark's an American.
Yeah.
I see. Oh wait, we know what now that I think about it, because you hear the voice, it's like that Venom voice. It did sound not British.
Yes. Also, speaking of Venom,
What, do you want to include him into the tier list with Spider-Man films?
I mean,
We need some bottoms to that that tier list. It'd be perfect.
oh, yep. And I mean, this falls right in there. My God.
Maybe if we're nice too, we'll put Morbius in the list.
Oh, I mean, someone did break into my car and leave 4 extra tickets. Fuck that movie.
Have you seen it yet?
No.
Are you gonna go see it?
Now that Mike has COVID, no. We're gonna wait a week.
It's got a 16% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my God.
Just to like put that in perspective, that's only 50% of what the first Venom movie had. So it's twice as bad as Venom by that logic.
Ooh. I live.
Why can't Sony do a proper spin-off?
I Morbius, the living vampire. Come on.
He
What
is
do
at best a side character.
yeah. And like Jared Leto talking it up the way he is, it's like, oh my God, just play music and shut up.
Did you see his interview where he just wore sunglasses the entire time? Like big sunglasses?
No.
Oh my god, I need to send you this. He was clearly on drugs. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind that he was on something strong. It was this man. He's an icon.
Okay. He is. As annoying as he gets about playing character roles, she's an icon. Okay, so more thoughts. Okay, yeah. Not like super strong
Not
uh,
strong,
as
but
an
not
episode.
bad.
No, and like I'm just kind of miffed because it was 43 minutes of like nothing.
Was it 43 minutes long?
Yeah,
Oh.
I watched it again before I tried to go to bed last night. I like turned it in at 9 because my entire body is like rocked. But I must have fallen asleep around that nightclub thing again because it's like my memories get blurry until the end of the episode.
Wait, sorry, I'm forgetting a nightclub scene. When is there a nightclub scene?
Didn't he go to a nightclub?
Are you talking about the restaurant where he's supposed to meet the lady and he was 2 days late?
No. Oh no. You know what? I think I'm wrong. I think I'm mixing it up with like Squid Game, which I just
Oh,
started watching. Oh my god.
that's a hard one to watch. I had to stop after 6 episodes.
I'm watching it in English dub too, so I don't have to like read. I
Yeah.
usually watch a Korean like I'll usually watch it in its original language and then read, but I'm just so fucking I've been tired for like 5 years. So
For 5
uh
years.
Shorty needs a dub.
Late stage capitalism. Thank you.
Okay, so who do we have to thank for this episode? Someone named Mohammed Diab is the director, and it was written by Jeremy Slater.
Jeremy, who is of the showrunner of the Umbrella Academy,
Oh.
which that's very cool. That film's in Toronto.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, so so far we only have thoughts and prayers going into the next. We're excited.
Do I give it like a rating? Like, do we do ratings on this show? I guess we do
I,
tier lists, but I mean, like, do I rate it out of 5?
yeah, sure. Let's do it. Okay.
My God, this is crazy. This is our new resolution for the 2022 MCU shows. We're gonna give them a rating. What's our rating system?
Uh,
Do we
five
do we
jackal-like Anubis creatures.
5 Yu-Gi-Oh eyes winking at you? Okay, so out of 5 Yu-Gi-Oh eyes, I think I'm gonna give this a 3.
Oh, I was gonna give it a 3.2.
Oh, she's
We
getting
have a point
specific.
system. I like to give it room to breathe, and
Yeah.
maybe I'll, at the end we'll go through every episode and like see if our opinions changed. But a 3
Yeah.
out of 5 ain't bad.
In a 3.2, so that's an average of 3.1 out of 5, which is a 62%.
Yeah, Brent is good at math, guys.
I apparently.
Yeah, I mean he could still do it with COVID fog. He's amazing at math.
I'm interested. I'm looking forward to this. I hope there's very light connections to the MCU, like Eternals had.
Yes.
But I want Moon Knight to succeed because it's something different.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
we just need to get past the character study, which I hear this entire season is. It's apparently the biggest character study since Iron Man.
Okay. That's
Which is
that's fine too because Iron Man really I loved Iron Man.
yeah.
I feel like the 3 Iron Man movies that we got could have been a TV show too.
I almost wish they were because they did
Some
not
of
need to
that
be
was work.
films.
Yeah. Speaking of things that could have been an email instead of a meeting.
Yeah.
Iron Man
Iron
1,
Man 2.
2, and 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke. One of the greats.
Ooh.
Guy Pearce.
Oh. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Do you know she did an interview the other day
Yeah.
where she said she forgot she was in Infinity War or Endgame. She
Wait.
doesn't give a shit about anything.
She forgot.
She forgot she was in Avengers Endgame. She was
Wasn't
literally
she
she was
in
in the
an
final fight scene against Thanos.
Yeah, she was in the suit though, right?
How do you forget that?
Because she was like in a green screen room talking.
Talking. Yeah.
And then they
There was
just
a lot
took
of
her
people around
head.
her.
Oh, yeah.
There was like a lot of people. I don't know. Gwyneth, we salute your ambivalence.
uh, if you're still with us, please join us next week for episode 2. See how many Yu-Gi-Oh! Winking eyes we give episode 2 of Moon Knight. You can hear all of these podcasts if you want. You don't have to. On www.comicbooksyndicate.com. We are not this entertaining usually.
It happens. You just gotta stick with the podcast, and sometimes you get a real home run like this.
Yeah, okay. We just get COVID all the time. No, we're kidding. We're actually joking.
Don't get it.
We take it seriously, and we got all fucked up by it. So, like, don't let that shit happen to you. Okay.
Get vaccinated. Get boosted.
Yes, it doesn't make you naturally cute and funny.
Go listen to that like celebrity collab where they all sang Imagine 2 years ago.
No, don't do that. That's such a bad trick. It's not even April Fool's Day.
How tone deaf are rich people? It's okay, everybody. Just go sit in your mansion, go in another room and pretend it's like a sleepover. Anyways. I'm done.
Oh, yeah. Okay. www.comicbooksyndicate.com/fullvolumepod. You can find us on all social media and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast by searching for the Full Volume Podcast on the Comic Book Syndicate Network. Until next week, I have been one co-host.
You've been one worshiper of the goddess Amit.
Yes. One singular worshipper, G.I. Jolie.
And I'm the Jackal Anubis, Harvey Brent.
And until next time, keep it super loud.
Keep it at a super freaking full volume. Yeah. Bye.